fucking what, man? Jesus Christ, this day. It's worse and worse and worse and worse. Slowing down for, dumbass?